Bring on spring with some fresh kitchen accessories. Today we are learning how to sew some darling projects sure to breathe new life into your home all season long. We've got Kris Thurgood here who says it's easier than you may think to make these fun citrus-inspired projects. Now, Kris, everything you brought is just absolutely adorable. So let's talk a little bit about this display and what we have here.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, first of all, aren't we so happy that spring is right here? You know, summer's around the corner. We can finally add a little brightness to our homes and kitchens. And so I thought it might be fun today to show some citrus-inspired projects, like you mentioned. And so when you think of citrus, you're thinking lemons, limes, grapefruit, oranges, those items. And so that was my inspiration today. So, of course, with those, you have circles. So we're going to talk a little bit about circles today and how you can have some fun with it. So let's talk about the coasters first. Look how cute these coasters are. We've got the lemon coaster over here. We have the little lime coaster here. Let's take a look at that. Yeah.
What is this made out of?
This is so simple. This is something you may already have in your home. If not, it's really easy to pick up at the hardware store. This is basic clothesline. Okay, would you believe that? Basic clothesline. And all you're going to do is take some strips of fabric, and I cut these into 1-inch strips, and I'm simply going to fold over the top and then begin to just wrap it around. And I just start wrapping like this, and then I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, and just with the sewing machine set on a zigzag stitch, we're going to just zigzag all the way around it. And then I'll just keep twisting and twisting, and we'll keep sewing.
And you're spinning it into that circle as you're sewing.
Exactly. And so I'm spinning it as I go, and I'm just simply wrapping the clothesline. So any machine it will work on, you just set your machine at a zigzag stitch, and you're good to go. So you could, you know, alternate colors. You could have all sorts of fun colors there to add to the citrus theme.
And this is great because you use such a minimal amount that if you have, you know, scrap fabric around your house, you can grab that and put it to use.
Exactly.
Okay, the next thing that I'm in love with is this table runner that you've got going on.
You know, this is really fun. Again, this is a great way to use your scraps. If you have lots of scraps of fabric, which I bet a lot of you do out there, then this is a great project to do because you don't have to be precise with it. It's not an absolute science, and it really is a lot of fun. So let me show you how I put these together. Now, this is what you might refer to as a bullseye quilt, you know, or a bullseye block. I've got the lemons here, and I'm going to show you how I did it. First of all, I'm going to use my AccuQuilt cutting machine. Very simple. This is just my circles. Now, if you don't have one of these, no worries. You need to do is cut out some circles.
Okay.
So
this
you
just
could
speeds
use
it up and makes it easier for you.
Exactly. Now this machine can cut up to 6 layers of fabric at a time.
Oh, that's nice.
So I'm just going to pull this right through.
Oh, and listen to it go.
That's right. And it's just going to cut all those fabrics at one time. If you don't have something like this that you could use, simply take a dinner plate, draw a circle, and take a smaller plate, draw another circle, and cut it out. This is just going to speed up the process a little bit more. Okay, as I pull this out, you'll see that these are
several different
cut circles. Exactly. And again, the fact that it could cut 6 layers of fabric at one time is pretty sweet.
Yes.
All right. So basically, I have my circles here, and I'm just going to layer one on top of the other. I'm going to start out with a larger one, take it down to be smaller. Let's take a look right here. You know, go a little bit smaller.
And there's no rhyme or reason. You just kind of take different fabrics and it's going to end up looking good.
Exactly.
What type of skill level do you need to complete something like this?
This is going to be for a very beginner. Absolute beginner.
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely. This is so simple.
So I could do this.
Yes. So if you take a look right here, I went ahead and I put it on the back of a block, my largest circle. I sewed all around the outside, leaving the edges to fray. That's perfectly okay. We are not concerned about perfection in this project. I'm going to take this piece, and do you have my scissors somewhere?
Our scissors disappeared on us.
That's all right.
So you would use scissors?
I would use a little bit of scissors just to cut out my back. I'm just going to pull this out just to make it not so stiff. Then I take my next circle, I'm gonna sew it around, and I'll pull out the back with my scissors.
Okay.
Take the next one, sew it all the way around. Do you see what's happening?
Yes.
It's like this bullseye.
Oh, and we've
is
got
coming.
the gold shears.
You know, wow, check these puppies out. All right. This is
yes,
perfect.
show us what you mean by
All
cutting
right.
out the back.
By cutting out the back, whoops, I'm just gonna pull this circle up away from the back, put a little snip in there, and then,
cut
they
around.
might be gold, but I don't know how well these are. Okay, and then we're gonna cut
So you're cutting
around.
a full circle out from the back.
Exactly. And
Okay.
again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Look how sloppy I am. And it's perfectly fine because this is going to be the back. You're not going to see this. It'll be covered once you
And then you
put
do
your
that with
backing on.
every time.
Exactly.
And it's going to end up giving you this look.
Exactly. So I'm going to put this one again, sew around the outside, leaving the edge to fray.
Yes.
You want that to be that way. I would pull it out and I would cut the back. So then the fun part comes when you have all of those done, you're going to cut it in quarters and now match them up.
Oh, look at that.
So if
And
you
that just gives you
had-
another layer of dimension and kind
Exactly.
of that fun attitude with
Yes,
it.
exactly. So really fun. And again, if these don't match up perfectly, that's okay. That's what makes it so fun. And here you have a finished block.
Look at
So
that.
very scrappy. So again, if you've got scrap fabrics, you know, just cut circles out of them, make them different sizes, and you've got a great patchy, scrappy look.
And this would be fun, you know, to have your kids join in on you with, and you know, because it
Absolutely.
doesn't have
Yeah.
to be perfect.
It
so
doesn't have
you
to be
mess
perfect.
up a little bit, that's
In
okay.
fact, if it's not perfect, I think it's even better. I love it. I love it. So you have the table runner here. On the back here, we did it the same thing, but this time we added stems, so it looks like flowers.
I love it.
So
Now,
again, a real fun way to freshen
one
up the
other
home.
thing we have to point
Yes.
out, because I am just obsessing over this. We've talked about ruffles on the show earlier this week, and
Yes.
you've created a ruffle apron.
I love that ruffle apron. This is, you know, so easy to do. It really is. We have a free pattern online that you can find. But we took that same lemon, when we did it as, you know, a round circle, all we did was once that was sewed together, we cut it in half. And now you have a half of a lemon. So we just kind of decorated the side of this apron with that half lemon. So very fun. Just, you know, be creative and just have a good time sewing.
Okay,
So,
Kris, where can
yes.
people get in contact with you, get more ideas, download the free printout?
Absolutely. We're at mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. We have 2 locations right now, one in Logan and one in Midway.
Oh, we loved having you on the show.
Yes.
Love these fun ideas. They're definitely bringing that spring vibe into our life. Thanks for being with us,
You
Kris.
bet.